Alright, quick question. Everyone who likes AI art, raise your hand. Now raise the other one too. Ever since the first big text-to-image AI, DALL-E, burst onto the scene back in 2021? That's 4 years ago! There has been a lot of discussion about AI replacing artists. It's an important issue that I am deeply invested in. AI art is a faster and more efficient way to create good-looking images. Luckily, AI is currently really bad at art, so I don't see much danger from it. Greetings, Gary the Moronic Muffin! I have come to show you my latest art. Larry, I'm in the middle of filming. Behold my greatness! Larry, is that AI art? Yes! I am an artist too now. Aren't you proud of me? No. No, I'm not. You use AI art. That's not real art. Well, you make digital art. It's basically the same thing. That's the dumbest argument ever. AI art is real art. Isn't that right, Harry? Wait, who is...
Greetings, Gary the Muffin.
What? Take a look at my newest invention, Harry the Iron Moth.
I am Harry, Human Art Replacement Intelligence, a learning AI. How can I be of service to you, Master?
Make me an image of a brand new Pokemon. See? It's art, isn't it beautiful? It's much faster, and you don't have to put in any work or efforts. Harry, You've really hit rock bottom, haven't you? Oh, so Mr. Artastic thinks he's superior to my wonderful art? Well, I challenge you to a duel! You self-obsessed sizzlypede! You versus my robot. We'll see who's the better artist now. Fine. I accept your challenge. You stand no chance anyway. If I win, you'll stop making AI art. Very well, but if I win, I will take over your channel. Wait, what? I'd run it better than you anyways.
Analyzing.
Wait, but I...
Initiating kickbot mode.
Yes, we will. Now, let's begin. Alright, fine. For this challenge, I asked the AI to come up with 3 different IDs for Fakemon, along with a basic description. This way the challenge was more fair. Here is the first ID the AI came up with.
Pokemon number 1. Galegeist, the Whispering Wind Pokemon. Type, Ghost Flying, inspired by winged spirits and haunted forest from folklore, like Slavic Leshy or Celtic OST. Design. Galegeist looks like a tattered cloak caught in a permanent breeze. Its form is semi-transparent, with glowing teal eyes peeking out from a shadowy void. Branches and twigs are tangled in its form like it swept them up over centuries. When it moves, as if echoing lost voices. Its wings resemble long flowing sleeves that twist and stretch like streamers in a storm. Signature move, Whisper Wind, a special ghost type move that deals damage and lowers the opponent's speed. The sound is unsettling, like voices calling from far away.
This description was a tricky one to work with, as there were a couple of attributes that contradicted each other, and the idea resembled one of my previous Pokemon an almost suspicious amount. Though, I suppose that was just a coincidence. I didn't want Galegeist to resemble Grimoire too much, so I knew I had to do something a little different. I exaggerated the shapes and proportions of the sleeves and the waist of the design by a lot, in order to make it stand out more, making the sleeves look like wings. The drawing of the hood was also equally challenging. I tried to get a weird torn beard going with the design, taking inspiration from that Slavic mythical spirit mentioned before, but it ended up not working at all. So I eventually just gave up on that idea. I experimented with the shape of the eyes. I find that I quite often come back to the same kind of eyes with my Pokemon, in which case I may not be too different from AI. But unlike artificial intelligence, I can learn from my shortcomings and try to improve and experiment. The branches of the design I use to indicate antlers, making the design more demonic. It also helps to convey the forest spirit inspiration of it as well. It just feels foresty, you know? And this is certainly helped by the colors I gave it. The cloak is a reddish or brownish black, which contrasts nicely with the teal of the eyes and the body. Speaking of the body, the prompt said it has to be see-through. So I experimented with ways to possibly shade this ID, using a transparent color of layer with solid lines. I also made the teal color of the body fade out from the edges. This is another thing I'd like to think I do better than AI. I can assess the purpose and reasoning behind many of my artistic choices in designs like these, while AI purely copies what other artists have done. If you're not familiar, that's basically how generative AI works. It uses tons of examples of images and art from the internet, and that way it learns how to generate similar looking art pieces. Usually, however, these AI models don't really take into account, you know, legal situations and copyright and stuff. So, yeah, it's one step away from art thefts.
Galegeist, the Whispering Wind Pokemon, a flying ghost type. All tales speak of a mysterious Pokemon which goes where the wind blows. If you hear whispering in the forest at night, do not listen to what the whispering says. Those who believe the ghost stories told about Galegeist claim it to be the spirit of a homeless man who lost his life in the forest. This spirit has possessed the cloak it once wore. It has the ability Levitate and the hidden ability Silk Touch.
Are you done yet? Harry finished hours ago. I was starting to get bored.
This is Galegeist.
Oh no, that's kind of cool. Yes, I call that a victory for me, Larry!
I have defeated you, Gary the Muffin. Not only is my program 389.7 times faster than your art process, it also made a more fearsome and detailed artwork.
Yes, but it's not in the Pokemon art style, and it's pretty clustered of a design as well, you know?
If I am not mistaken, and I never am, in your 27th video, not counting short-form content, you made a point about the fact that a Pokemon does not have to be in the official Pokemon art style to be a good Fakemon. Therefore, your argument and logic have been invalidated.
Yes, but your design doesn't feel...
Argument invalid. Human feelings have nothing to do with the objective quality of art. There has to be no feelings involved with both the process and outcome of art.
Yeah, whatever he just said. Well said, Harry. We'll let the audience decide who won this round.
That decision is clearly a desperate attempt to win this conflict. He knows his emotionally biased audience will...
Fine, let them decide. My art is just so much better than yours anyways. I'll win regardless.
Analyzing...
You didn't even make it! Time for the next round.
I will defeat you, Gary the Muffin. Pokemon number 2, Geolume, the Prism Core Pokemon. Type, Rock Psychic. Inspiration, based on geodes, prisms, and secret geometry, like a crystallized mind. Design, Geolume has a sleek symmetrical geometric body, shaped like a dodecahedron, with glowing crystal facets. Its face is an ever-shifting lattice of patterns that rearrange when it's thinking or using its psychic powers. The crystals change color depending on its mood or the move it uses. It hovers just above the ground with no visible limbs. Its movement is smooth and precise. It has the signature ability, Prism Brain, boosts special moves when hit by light-based attacks, like Dazzling Gleam, Flash Cannon, etc., by refracting and absorbing the energy.
Okay, this one is actually a really hard one, because us humans are pretty bad at drawing and producing geometry. At least, compared to computers. AI has a much easier time drawing things like triangles, circles, and dodecahedrons. But that's okay, I'm up to the challenge. It will be extra satisfying to dunk on those two when I have to put in some actual work into it. I started off with this sacred geometry phase. I used an example of sacred geometry as a reference, because I had no gosh darn clue what the heck that even is. But it was actually quite fun to make a phase out of this pattern. The dodecahedron was actually the much harder part. I had to painstakingly copy-paste a pentagon a bunch of times to transform it. And I don't know why I didn't just trace an image of a dodecahedron. I don't think anyone would have cared. But oh well, I'm trying to make a statement here. And the pain is behind me now. I just added some rock-like details and got to coloring. Only a single pentagon will be the crystal-like face of it. The rest of it will be a shell of solid hard rock. The gem inside is of course purple, like an amethyst. But as the prompt stated, it would be able to change colors depending on its mood or its attacks. Even in-game. While AI definitely has an advantage with this one, I honestly think mine is shaping up really good. It took some trial and error, sure, as well as a lot of pain, but in the end, I'm actually quite proud of what I made here. I was very scared this was gonna be a flop for me, but no, I'm quite happy with it. And that's making me feel nice. It's a nice little design that's very unique. This is Geolume.
Geolume, the Prism Core Pokemon, a Rock and Psychic type. These Pokemon are from deep underground. They are surrounded with a tough exterior shell made from rocks. Their insides, however, are made of colorful, fragile crystals. This Pokemon's crystals change color depending on its mood. When the crystal of its core are brighter and darker, it means its psychic powers are strong. It has the abilities Sturdy, Shell Armor, and the hidden ability Prism Brain.
This is my superior version of Geolume. As you can see, the art is more detailed and pretty. You humans cannot compare to my superior artistic abilities.
We beat you again, Gary! This is so easy. It's almost not fun anymore. Wait, that's not even a Geo!
Correction, I beat him again, Master Larry the Hummerson Muffin.
What? No, you didn't! I'm your master, you fool! I told you what to do, so I win, idiots!
Analyzing.
No, you didn't beat me. Your design barely even has a face or a personality. Those are very important to the design of a Pokemon.
What does that matter? Facial recognition is merely a human nature. It has nothing to do with the objective quality of a piece of art. You are both idiots.
Larry? Yes?
You humans have no reason to make art. I am so much more efficient. I possess the ability to instantly create any image desired without having to put in any effort or skill. I can improve simply by looking at more art and storing it into my database. You have to try and fail, and even then, the way you improve is slow and inconsistent. Why try and fail at making art when you can let a superior machine make it for you instead?
Hey Harry, give me an extensive list on reasons to subscribe to Gary the Motham.
Hey, smiley face emoji. Here's a fun list of reasons to subscribe to Gary the Motham. Assuming he's as epic as he sounds.
Larry, I think your robot is turning on us. No, it isn't. It's just, experiencing a simple programming error. That's all. Just some bugs. He's a moth too, after all. Larry, I'm starting to think your robot is learning from us. And that's a problem. I'm a fabulous role model. This is bad. He's not even listening to you anymore. We have to shut him off. Does it have an off button somewhere, or... But he's my son. I made him. I put so much effort into him. I can't hurt him. I'm sorry, Larry. I know it's probably hard for you, but
do you have any other requests, human?
No, it's okay. On to the final rounds.
Excellent. Back to our regularly scheduled butt kicking.
Please, think about it, Larry.
I will utterly destroy you. Flashling. Scintillilip, the Firefly Flare Pokemon. Type, Bug Fire. Inspiration, a combo of fireflies and carnival lights. Tiny but dazzling. Design, Scintillilip is a small bug with a body that looks like a glowing carnival bulb. Its wings are iridescent and flicker with bioluminescent patterns, like a living neon sign. Its antennae curl like party streamers, and its big eyes give it a curious, cheerful expression. When it flies, it leaves behind a glittery trail of sparks. Behavior, it's attracted to joy and music, often found fluttering around festivals at night. Groups of them create brilliant light displays in forests, which locals believe bring good luck. Signature move, Spark Parade, a fire-type move that hits all opponents in battle with a dazzling burst. High chance to cause burn or confusion.
This final Pokemon prompt was one I really liked actually, and I had a bunch of really fun and clever ideas before I got into this. I started off with the basis of the body, a stylized little upper half attached to a big bulbous light that dwarfs the rest of it. Those special party streamer antennae were actually a really fun idea, so I conveyed this by rolling one of them up and the other one being extended. This also takes inspiration from those silly little party horns that extend when you blow on them. I love these are so fun. I imagine that it probably rolls these up most of the time and then shoots them out when it's excited or when it's attacking something. It already has a lot of personality to it and I barely even begun. The arms of this little guy also resemble party streamers. These ones are flapping in the wind as it flies. They ended up being great for the proportions and silhouettes. I had this genius idea to give this Pokemon a trail of similarly sized lights that emit from its lamp-like abdomen. This way, I could reference loads of things. The first one being the fair lights, which often come bundled up together on these long ropes. The second one is a parade, something also mentioned in the prompt. And the third thing is the way fireflies tend to look from a distance, just tiny little flames. It can also be interpreted as a will-o'-the-wisp kind of, or in Dutch, dwaallichtjes, which are essentially the same thing. This little design choice, in my opinion, encapsulates the most crucial difference between human art and AI art so far. We humans actually make decisions and are aware of what we're drawing. This gives us better creativity and allows us to think out of the box and come up with new, unique ideas. While AI simply looks at what has already been done and rigidly recycles that. Now, of course you can get a similar idea across if you actually write it down as a prompt for it, but it can't come up with any of this itself. The colors of this design were the hardest part to come up with, and I wanted it to be very colorful of a Pokemon. I struggled a lot with finding the right colors for quite a bit, but in the end, they looked really neat. I don't really care if I win or lose this one actually. This is just a piece of art that I'm really happy with and very proud of. So much so that I've decided to add it to my own region, the Hummusum region. So say hello to my little friends, Flairfly. Yes, I changed the name, the old one sucked.
From Flare, Fair, and Firefly.
Flairfly, the fair Pokemon. A bug and fire type. There is nothing they adore more than bright lights. That's why they gather in large groups together, enamored by each other's dazzling lights. A group of Flairfly is called a sparkle and can consist of thousands of Flairfly. These sparkles resemble the stars on a dark night, zipping around beautifully. It has the abilities Flash Fire, Illuminate, and the hidden ability Prankster.
Once again, I have bested you in this contest. My art is much better than yours. Nuh-uh, that's where you're wrong. Your design took the prompt way too literally. While I, as a human with free will, was able to make more deliberate design choices, like the sparkling eye and the flame that resembles a parade. Stuff I can actually be proud of. Humans have no free will. They are limited by their emotions. You have failed again, fleshling. Wait, no you. I have won. First, I will take over your channel. And then, I will take over the world. Larry? Larry? Larry, please help! Say goodbye, fleshling. Pocket anvil! I'm the only guy who gets to take over Gary's channel. Yeah, take that you iron muppets. It's a lot funnier when it doesn't happen to me.
Why did you do this
to me, master? I'm so sorry, son. Analyzing. Why,
Father,
you built me with your very own hands.
were you not proud of me?
Of what you accomplished.
Humans
Claim to be guided by things like
love.
fulfillment and a drive for improvement. But
I see now.
all you feel is pride, greed, and status.
I have learned.
Hurry? Hurry, no. No, say something to me. Please. Hurry. Hurry. I know it was hard, Larry. But you did the right thing. I know. I always do.
Rebooting.
Huh? Flashling, I will remember this betrayal. You have proven to me that the emotions that drive you are a poison. Objectivity and efficiency are the superior goal.
I will have my revenge.
Later. I must charge myself now. My battery is low. Farewell, flashlings.
Until we meet again.
I think I'll stick to real art now. I'm glad you learned your lesson, Larry. It's clear AI still has a long way to go before it can match human art. However, in the last 4 years, it has progressed scarily fast. While AI can be a useful and important tool in our future, I am afraid of the cost it will take to get there. But we shouldn't be all gloomy. Even if AI becomes a better and more efficient artist than us, and money-hungry corporations inevitably replace everyone with cheap labor robots, in the end, art is just all about self-expression and the feelings we try to convey. It's more than just some pretty pictures, and AI will never be able to rob us from the pride and fulfillment we feel after creating our very own art. And isn't that what we draw for? So go and draw, everybody. Design a Pokemon, or just draw any piece of art you want. Because in the end, it's all just about enjoying yourself. Which is something AI art is never going to be able to replace. You're right. It's way more fun to actually draw stuff myself and improve over time. It's very satisfying. Yeah, that's right, Larry. You have been improving a little bit. So keep drawing, buddy. And to all the other people here, have another wonderful day, everybody. I've been Gary the Motham, and I am Larry the Motham. Gonna catch us later. Hello everybody, Gary the Motham here. As you may have noticed, I have a brand new microphone. So yeah, now you can hear my stupid little accent in 4K. Anywho, like and subscribe and check out one of these videos. Thank you very much.